Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Mercedes-Benz GLS 580. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Mercedes-Benz of Salt Lake City for giving me some time with this car. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a twin-turbo 4-liter V8 that goes through a 9-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 14 around town and then 20 on the highway, with power outputs being 510 horsepower and then 538 pound-feet of torque. Now, before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see the distinctive lines here on the GLS. I think that looks really sharp. And then you got the Mercedes logo. And then popping down below, I love how the daytime running light wraps around. And then I actually like this black trim here at the bottom. That looks pretty cool. Parking sensors integrated into the front end. You guys can see the new style of grille with the giant Mercedes-Benz logo. And then you got a camera at the bottom of the logo. And putting it all together, it definitely has a large and imposing front end design. Now, coming on the side here, our tire wheel setup is 285 45 22 in the front and then 325 40 22 in the rear, so slightly staggered setup. Silver trim here in the top. You got metallic gray in the center portion of the wheel, and of course the Mercedes star there in the center. Really nice body painted fender flares right here, and then you guys can see with the side steps, and then notice you got silver trim around the windows. And then if we take a few steps back, you guys can see the full side profile. And let me tell you, the GLS is a big beast. Now, taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function. We got the opening for the hatch as well. And then popping into the rear, you guys can see we've got a cargo cover built in from the factory. And then we've got these controls here for the seats to raise and lower them. Notice you can do all of them at once, which is really cool. You get the same thing here on the other side. We can also raise and lower the rear suspension here with the GLS, so it's easier to access the cargo area. And then when you're all done, just press this button right here, and this will lower the hatch right back down. It's actually pretty quick with the actuation. Just a quick look at the new tail light design, and you guys can see all the badges here on the back. Parking sensors at the bottom, and then you got the covers over the exhaust tips. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the design here on the GLS. Now, taking a look at the door panel, you guys can see two-tone with the coloration, and I like this design right here around the seat adjustments. You got heated seats for the back, Burmester sound system, and yeah, just really nice trim overall. And then taking a look at the seats here, you can see really nice leather trim, nice stitching as well, and I like the coloration. It contrasts nicely to the blue. Now, legroom here in the back of the GLS is really good. We also have a little storage pocket. I like this trim here, that's pretty cool. Some vent action, also in the center. We do have our own climate zone here as well. And you got some USB action. And then headroom, it's good. Now, taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see here, again, two-tone with the coloration. We got all of our window controls here with our mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in. We also have our memory seat function and then the adjustments for the seats. Heated and ventilated seats. You can also adjust the passenger side from the driver's side. You can see another speaker for the Burmester sound system. And then we've got blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And then taking a look at the seats themselves, perforated all down the center with the front seat. And again, that same really nice color. And then we've got our pedal layouts down below, all of our light controls right here. And then I love this trim, it looks great. And then look at the trim on the dash. Now, taking a look at the steering wheel, I love the trim on the outside. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's, yeah, pretty cool. And you got like leather trim on the interior portion, and then paddle shifters here in the back for the 9-speed automatic. You got some controls here for like the infotainment system, volume controls, voice command controls, cruise control on the other side, and then also you've got controls there for the center screen, and then your turn signal windshield wiper stock, and then column shifter. So I've got this full digital gauge cluster here in the center, and we can actually scroll through a bunch of different menus here. So you can change like what the gauge shows, which I think is pretty cool. I do like the classic view though the most. I think that looks kind of the cleanest. And then in reverse, we do have a 360 camera system. As you guys can see the backup camera with trajectory lines to turn the steering wheel. Got that bird's eye view as well. And we can scroll through the different camera views so you can kind of change what it shows, which is pretty cool. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, really good response time. There's 3 different ways to control it. So touchscreen functionality is one way. And by the way, let's see if this has, yeah, it's got the seat massagers. That's nice. Anyways, you can control it with the touchscreen. You can control it with that keypad or this keypad down below. And then here's a quick look at the trim on the dash there, and then look at the trim down below and notice the ambient lighting that kind of goes across all here. Analog controls for the climate setup, and then we do have a wireless phone charging pad, and then Oops, I forgot this one's the pull. So you pull it out. Same black trim that's on the steering wheel, which is cool. Got some USB action, and then you can see with the cup holders heated and cooled, which is always a nice feature. And then like I said, that's that keypad to control the infotainment system. Shortcut buttons all around it. And then behind it, we got the air suspension button. And then we also have our drive mode select, which the drive modes will pop up here. And there's quite a few different drive modes that you can go through. So pretty fun stuff there. And then ambient lighting is definitely a theme here, even on the grab handles. And then with the center console, plenty of storage space inside, and again, really nice trim here on the outside. And then glove box on the outside, again, nice leather trim. Yeah, plenty of storage there. And then last but not least, we do have a panoramic sunroof here up top. Now here's a quick look at the window sticker, GLS 580, as you can see. And here's the standard equipment on it. Base MSRP $112,000, and then you can see after all options $118,950. Let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off here. Here's your visibility over the hood, both of the mirrors, dual blind spot monitoring throughout the rest of the rear. And, well, let us set off in the S-Class of SUVs. So, this is my second 24 GLS review, I think. Because I reviewed I think it's just the 450 that I reviewed. I haven't reviewed any other packages. But I am interested to see if I think that this is, if this is worth it over the 450. Again, the biggest difference is it's just the engine, right? The 450 has the inline 6, this has the V8. So we'll see which one is, I shouldn't say more exciting, because we all know the V8 can be more exciting, but I guess if the inline 6 is enough, or if this is the way to go, where it's like you've got to get the V8 if you get a GLS. But we'll see. Right off the bat, I love the GLS suspension. It's so comfortable. And then actually getting up and moving, yeah, it's so smooth. Everything about it, I think they did a really good job with the overall ride comfort and everything. The seats are really comfortable too. Again, they got the massage function. Actually gonna turn on the cooled seat function. It's starting to get a little bit toasty here. So much torque on this engine. You barely have to get into it to get this to get up and move. It's quite impressive. The cabin's quite serene. It's got a very, it's just so quiet. It's kind of a very peaceful experience in here. I really do like that. And you don't really have to go up high in the RPMs to get this thing to move. I mean, it looks like it's shifting at well below 2,500, even below 2,000 in some cases. Which, the inline 6, you do have to dive into the pedal a little bit more. So, that is a pretty big difference. That's so nice. So we'll go into sport mode, amp things up a little bit here. Feels like the suspension's even firmer in the sport mode. Turn-in's really good for such a big SUV. There's that V8 power. And again, the transmission's just so quick. But yeah, the V8's really good. So, I think the 580 is the way to go. I mean, I like the sound. I like the, even when you're not full throttle, just the extra torque you get out of this engine, it's a much better experience driving. And then when you do get on it, I mean, this just feels so much, but it really does feel so much more powerful than the inline 6. I don't think the inline 6 is a bad powertrain by any means, but I do think that when you go up to, like, this is just my personal opinion, I do think when you go up to like the bigger Mercedes-Benz SUVs, that the V8 just makes so much more sense. I think like similar situation with the, you know, the S class, right? You can get it with the S500, the S580. I don't know, I think the 580 just, like, yeah, just, it's so torquey. It's great, it really is. But let me know what you guys think about the 580, and let me know if you are team GLS 580 or if you think that the 450 is enough.